Dan Bernstein Unfiltered. Unfiltered on 312 Sports.
Hey, it's Feedback Friday. It's our top 10 Vikings.
You good?
I'm great.
Did you get that thing out?
I did.
Okay, good.
Pits of despair.
Yeah, we're all good.
You know, I doing this podcast, I thought, all right, good. It's unfiltered. There's no restrictions. We can do stuff and say things, yet there's still bits that we're not going to do on the podcast like we just did.
Well, that's just you entertaining yourself by being a dick.
No, I meant the thing before that.
Oh, that thing.
yeah, that
no.
we can't do that.
No, because
I would like to, but we just can't.
I know. Well, but
I was like, finally, we could do whatever we want. No,
probably
not.
That.
Yeah.
My guess is no.
It's great though. I would see that movie.
And just a quick note before we do our Feedback Friday.
Our tings.
Yeah, our Friday Tings. Do you know about playoff leverage? I don't know exactly how it's calculated, but I know there are those.
Oh, for NFL.
Yeah, that look at whatever metrics.
Yeah, you win this game, you're this likely, you lose it, or your record starts out. Sure.
Do you know what the Bears' playoff leverage differential is for Sunday's game in Minnesota?
I don't, but the way you're asking, I'm gonna suggest that it's a significant drop if they lose.
Check this out.
Okay.
If the Bears win and go to 7-3,
all right,
they have a 66% likelihood of making the playoffs.
Okay. I'll take that.
If they lose and are 6-4 instead of 7-3,
Drops to 40 something, 47.
35.
Oh.
It is a 31% swing of playoff possibility with this game. So I would ask you, does that make this a playoff game?
Yeah, it makes it a pretty. I mean, obviously, being in the division is why it's such a big drop. I mean, if this is a random AFC game, it would drop, but it wouldn't drop as big.
Mm-hmm.
But you go 0-3 in your division to start, and you have to fight to get to be 3-3. Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure.
It
So
does.
are you saying
I don't
this
know
is-
exactly how it's calculated, but
Is
this
it
is
an
like
important
a
game? Is it an important game then?
I think we may have determined
Must
that
win?
This is an important outcome for the Bears.
Must win game?
So you can put it in the thumbnail?
No, my thumbnail's already done.
No, you're trying to coax this out of me
No, I'm
to
not.
put it in the thumbnail.
My thumbnail's done already. I already did it. It's what is it today? Is it Friday?
Feedback Friday.
Okay. So the day goes second. So it's Feedback Friday. So the activity into the day.
Feedback Friday.
Feedback Friday, and then we have top 10 Vikings
Think about
of
it
all time.
alphabetically.
Yeah,
F-E
well, they're both
comes
F.
before FR.
But F and F are the same
Yeah,
thing.
I know, but you go to the next letter. You never done alphabetization before?
Yes.
So it's Feedback Friday.
Yeah, I was always first in everything.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Until there was a girl in high school, her last name was Abad.
Who was sitting in front of you?
She was A-B-A-D.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had a bod. As you were saying. No.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't objectify a woman like that.
Of course you wouldn't.
Abad.
Got it.
Yep.
So the Bears' playoff percentage, a win, 66%, a loss, 35%.
All right.
Maybe that will indicate some thoughts that I've been having about this game.
I took a different angle on my picks for today.
Okay.
Yeah, I took a page out of your book.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So like thinking it through?
I did some. I thought a little bit about it.
Fun.
Looked at some things.
Yeah, it makes it fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it took longer.
Doesn't it?
Yep.
Well, it took me a while on the top 10 Vikings this trip around, I have to tell you. Because we did our first run through that created this stupid segment.
Yeah.
The idea that we actually started talking about real Vikings and then it became a thing.
Yeah. Well, this is the committee's first go at Vikings.
That's right. The committee
never.
involved
Yeah, the
before.
committee never. We put the committee together after that show.
Okay. I learned a lot.
So I'm very
time
excited
around.
because when I saw the list this morning from the committee, there's a couple on there that I was really impressed with.
Really? Do you tell them that?
No, I don't give them any feedback. We do that on Tuesdays.
You and the committee have a Feedback Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get started with our DBU, Dan Bernstein Unfiltered Feedback Friday. And it's everything we've talked about. And I save the good stuff. I toss the bad stuff. But I do see everything that you email in. I can't say that I see everything on all social media because I don't, just for mental health purposes. That's a decision that I make. But I do try to respond to direct messages and some of those things, and people send me stuff and all that. This came in from Joe, and we were talking about the statement that Chris Collinsworth made about TJ Watt, when he said he's the most chipped human being on earth when it comes to football.
If this is the email I think it is, this is great.
Well, I just said, like, how else can you be chipped outside of football? And we went through ways that one could be chipped. Are you given chips in a casino? Are you given potato chips? Are you turned into potato chips? Are you placed into a wood chipper and you're literally chipped?
All very good.
Don't know. So Joe said, after my son's mom and I, our relationship ended, she moved out. And a month later, she started dating a guy named Chip.
Okay.
To whom she has since gotten married. I would like to throw my hat into the ring for getting chipped.
It's very good.
And parenthetically, he said, he's actually wonderful, but the name stings, and my friends don't let me forget it. So I immediately started laughing because all I could think of was Skip Perry, the son of the happy legendary Harry, died in his sleep. Make that his son Chip.
That, and I think of
son is Skip. Make that Chip.
The movie Hitch with Fresh Prince, Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Hitch?
No.
He sets people up on dates.
Mm-mm.
And
are you sure it wasn't Fiddler on the Roof?
Positive.
Okay.
Eva Mendes is in it also, and some guy at a bar hits on her.
Okay.
And he's like, my friends call me Chip, and she's like, you can't make them stop. I always think of that when I hear Chip. But that was a great email, though.
Joe also said,
very good email.
He said, I'm loving the shows. As a fellow Moody Bible alum, I get teary-eyed every time Maddie makes a smart observation.
Aw, that's sweet.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And
Go Moody Archers.
And he said, your podcast format is so much better than having to listen to 670.
6-7.
Yeah, 6-7. I wonder how if that's happening. He says, I'm planning on making a beer church pilgrimage in the very near future.
We better.
He also said, as someone who's had my own version of rock bottom and rebuilt my life via therapy, your story and your arc are important. Thank you, Joe. Let me and with that, let me also say that I'm not. There's a lot of personal stuff that I get all the time. A lot of these emails that come in are very personal, and I always respond. So, but I also want to say publicly in this space, thank you.
Yep.
Really, really thank you. And there's a lot of really meaningful stuff and a lot of real sharing that's been going on. And I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy to sit down and send an email to somebody you never met, and a very deeply personal email to somebody you've never met, even though you feel like, we've sort of had this relationship over airwaves or whatever now constitute airwaves for a long time. I appreciate it deeply and meaningfully. I do, and I read everything that you send. And it really does. My wife wants me to save all these things. She goes, "Oh my God, you should be archiving all these. You should put it together and leave it for people, or ever you want to. If you ever feel down, you should go back and read all these other things that people are saying and feeling they should share with you." And I don't know that I agree with her on all of that, but she says, she's like, "Well, fine, I'm going to save them for you then." But it really is appreciated.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's great. And if it helps to get some stuff off your chest, feel free to email us anytime. Seriously, I mean that.
Oh, yeah.
If it helps, if it makes you feel better, and maybe you don't have someone you can talk to, but you can take your fingers to the keyboard and get some thoughts off. Feel free to fire them away. So I go and I'm archiving all the negative ones about me. So and I read those.
Those
every
are
day.
fun too.
Yeah, I like those. So I actually have one I want to respond to. I normally don't. But there was one, it was a comment on one of the YouTube comment sections in one of the shows, asking if I was going bald because I always wear hats.
You?
Yeah, which is why I haven't worn a hat the last couple of days. I just need a haircut really bad. My hair is really, really long right now.
Please, we're probably blessed with one of the great heads of hair of all time.
Going bald is never going to be a concern for me.
You're going to be one of those white-haired, like mogul-looking guys, overhand smoker. I'm telling you, you're going to have that whole sort of that
thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
You'll be
I've
that
been
guy.
thinking about taking up smoking.
Yeah.
So I've been. If I do, I'm definitely going that route.
And you'll have a little glass of Campari.
I would love to. You know what? I would like to have a glass Campari, but I won't, but I would like to. Although I did find on our cruise, Lyres, Lyres, the brand. It's a non-alcoholic spirit, and they have an orange bitter, like an Italian orange bitter.
So you can do like an Aperol spritz?
Well, no, you could, I would do it for a Negroni or a Bouvardier, but just drink it by itself. A Bouvardier is a Negroni, but you substitute bourbon for the gin.
Oh, because I don't like gin.
Yeah, I normally don't, which is why I started drinking Bouvardiers when I was. So it was, bourbon and then the bourbon and what are the other two things? Vermouth and and then the Campari.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but this Lyres brand is really good, so I could get some of that and do that while I have my unfiltered cigarettes.
So all you want to say is
BERNSTEIN Unfiltered.
No, you're not going bald.
Not going bald, yeah, which is why I haven't worn a hat.
Yeah. This is Aaron in Galesburg. I put my finger on why this Bears season, while still firmly in the blob, feels so different. For so many years, everything about the Bears has been weird. Whether it's the Trestman era or people in positions of power looking like George McFly, John Fox and the mumbling nonsense, Matt Nagy and the college-level names for a high school offense. I'm not going to address the flus. But when my instinct starts me down this path of familiar sadness and hopelessness, there he stands, Ben fucking Johnson, looking like the cool kid in high school, confidence oozing from those facial expressions and body language. He's smarter than the other guy. There's a long way to go. It's going to take time. But as a Bears fan, I sure feel like I finally found a spot at the cool kids table at lunch.
Bears on three! 1, 2, 3! Bears!
Mr. Pouty Pants, remember him?
I do.
When we were talking about the fan fiction that's being written about Matt LaFleur by Wisconsin women, that apparently he is quite the sex symbol, he says, of course the women of Wisconsin are writing sexy fan fiction about Matt LaFleur. We may think he's just a generally handsome guy. In Wisconsin, he's a 12.
Oh, he's an 18 in Wisconsin.
He's a 12. He said, think about it.
I'm a 12 in Wisconsin.
That he looks well groomed, but he's not too fancy because his wardrobe is almost exclusively Packers stuff.
Yeah, no, that's great.
That's right. So he looks like he's dressed like every other guy. He just looks better.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in better shape, right?
Again,
by their standards, correct? This is Rick who emails to say,
but hey, if you're ever feeling bad about your physique as a man, just take your family up to any water park in Wisconsin. Take your shirt off.
Okay.
You're good to go.
If you've ever been a hockey parent in the Chicago area, you've made the Dells trip.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we do that for basketball.
And you have stayed at one of the big water parks.
I think Kalahari, is that where we
places.
stayed?
I think we stayed
one time there.
Is it Great Wolf, Black Wolf? One of
Great Wolf Lodge is one, but there's one in Gurnee, too. Which also, if you want to...
All I know is I got there because Terry and we did a show at Dirty Nelly's in Palatine.
Yep.
And I had to race up
one
after the show.
One of the great suburban
it was awesome.
Places, yeah.
So I said, look, right after the show, I'm going to drive up. I'll meet everybody at the Dells. And by the time I got there, Jason already had a black eye and a huge cut on his head.
From
shinny hockey in the hallways.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when hockey, like you get these mite teams and squirt teams that are up there playing hockey. They never stop, so they're in the hallway playing like knee hockey and shinny hockey. And he took a stick to the face.
Nice.
Like, I leave the kid for an hour or whatever it was.
Well, but the thing was that you're not going to tell anybody is that he hit himself in the face with a stick.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yes.
At least then he wasn't drunk. As far as I know. The parents all were.
Oh, I'm sure the parents were.
And then one year we stayed at this really like rinky-dink, low-rent, bedbug, horrible place in the Dells.
Nice.
But
Who set that up?
But we had the
team parent?
But we basically had the hotel all to ourselves.
Okay.
And took over the pool completely, the entire area. It had a couple slides. I mean, it was just like a regular pool. But the dads got absolutely wasted. And it was like belly flop competition and stacking plastic chairs up, teetering on the top of plastic chairs.
Wow.
And I'm the one going, oh, God, liability. And I'm just terrified that we're going to get blamed for something or something horrible is going to happen. And the team's going to get sued and the league is going to get sued. So, it was hard.
All right, I have one I want to share, too, because I learned something yesterday. So thank you to the listeners. This came in from Todd, Middleton, Wisconsin. He says, many of the new cars, particularly electric vehicles, do not have an AM radio receiver.
I had this in my list.
Oh, do you? I'm sorry.
I'm glad you got to this.
The EV electrical system interferes with the AM signal, and rather than just have static, EV manufacturers are omitting it. Now, I don't know if he's accurate, if that's true. Okay.
He is.
I took him at his email to be true. Was that what does Beth have an electrical vehicle?
She does not.
Okay.
But apparently it's also it's just a Volvo thing now that a lot of their cars don't have AM radio, and they do have FM HD, but you got to kind of find it.
So if you're trying to listen to regular like talk radio on an AM dial, you're not going to, if you have a new car or an electric car.
We also got some feedback when I was talking about the Pistons radio call.
Oh, yeah.
There was some dispute. It's like an open-ended hockey question because I listened to some of it here and there. They never identified themselves. And one guy said, look, there are two guys who do Pistons radio. They're both old and out of touch and have trouble seeing. One is named Mark Champion, who's 70-something. The other is George
who's
80, who sometimes does radio and occasionally will do a TV simulcast. So it's possible that you heard him doing a TV simulcast. But he said no matter what, he said neither one is particularly good at keeping up with the action that's going on.
Got it.
So those were the Pistons fans.
Your assessment was correct. You just may have had the wrong guy.
I don't know if I did or not.
But you may have also had the correct broadcaster.
Correct.
It could have been George or it could have been Mark.
All I know is I had no idea what was going on in the game.
Either did
regardless. And I didn't know who it was. They didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on, and we don't know who it was.
I love the idea of George being home, though, on his recliner with his grandson at
Mark.
the game calling it. Or Mark, too. Yeah.
It was.
George's grandkid calling Mark.
Trying to explain what was actually happening in a game, ostensibly in front of them.
Just whoever it was, they just better keep an eye on their grandkids before they're buried with Johnny Red
Kerr's children and their son, Chip.
Next Tuesday. That was my favorite part, is that they know what's happening. Hey, kids, have a seat. Got to break some news to you. 2 days from now, you're all getting buried.
Oh, that sucks.
What do you guys want to eat?
Tacos.
Let's go.
Our official clergyman of the show. Do you remember Father Nick from O'Fallon?
Have we talked about him?
Father Nick has checked in before.
Okay,
yeah, he's checked in before. So I've decided that we're going to make him the team chaplain.
Okay.
That's it. Father Nick, whether you want it or not, you are now the official DBU team chaplain.
Big responsibility.
It is. A lot of work and potential liability. So, but that's it. So he said, hey, guys, thanks for the papal movies segment that catered to what is no doubt an increasing number of clergy within the DBU community. We're really big. We're big in the church. He said, I don't know Pope Leo personally, but I do know a couple of Augustinian priests who do. And they've mentioned to me he still keeps in touch with family and members of his religious community by text and continues to sign his emails Bob.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, and he adds on a related note, I don't know if you caught the Wall Street Journal article about the decline in the use of the name Bob among MLB players. It mentioned the last player to go by that particular diminutive, former Cubs and White Sox pitcher Bob Howry, back in 2010. Hard to believe. And I wrote him back, and I said, not true. Last year, the Tampa Bay Rays had a Bob. Bob Seymour was the first MLB Bob since Bob Howry, But Bob Seymour has all they said was he got out of his contract with the Rays to sign with a team in Asia. Now, there's been speculation that it's Korea, speculation it's Taiwan. We don't know exactly where it is. I don't think it's the NPB, but hey, man, vaya con Dios, Bob, and come back to the majors anytime. As of right now, the majors are indeed once again Bobless.
That's insane.
I know.
That's crazy.
Everyone was named Bob when we were growing up.
Did you see this email from Adam who brought attention to the NIU football game the other night?
I believe it had to do with the quarterbacking stats.
Yeah, so NIU played UMass, and they won 45-3 was the final score.
All right.
And so I'm like, all right, I had no idea this game was even happening. So I go and I look at the box score because Adam pointed out the NIU quarterbacks. There was 2 quarterbacks that played for the Huskies. They each had 4 attempts. So 8 total attempts, 6 combined completions. They both went 3 for 4. One threw for 73 yards, one threw for 42 yards. They both had a touchdown, no interceptions.
Okay.
Passer ratings of a QBR of 156.25 and 156.25.
Okay.
6 of 8. 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, 156.4 or 25. Have you ever seen anything like that?
I don't think so.
Ever, right?
High school, maybe.
Yeah, never at the college level.
Not the D1 level.
Right. 6 for 8, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, QBRs of 156.25.
And look at the rushing totals. They're like 3 guys over 60 yards or 4 guys. It was just a bizarre game.
98, 86, 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah. So, I'm sorry I missed that game.
that's your conclusion? That's
Yes.
all it was?
Yeah, it's all. No, that box score. I've never seen that before.
Daryl in Wooddale said, question and feedback. Maddie, you absolutely lost your mind. That man's nuts. Grab him. Oh, about Notre Dame football being independent. Yeah. So which conference would you like to see them join? Outside of the SEC, I don't know if joining a conference would make their path to the CFP any more difficult or easier. The dregs of the ACC, anybody outside of Ohio State in the Big Ten, and then you got Big 12, negative Ghost Rider.
No, sure, SEC, great. If they'll take them, Big Ten, yeah, absolutely. I don't care. I don't care, but I don't want you to be able to pick your own schedule and then get to be placed in the top 10 when you don't deserve it. I mean, more than half of the teams they're playing are below 500. They're shit teams. So
like the Bears.
Do that in a conference. That's fine. Great. Get into a conference. Be part of something. Stop acting like you're some elite program because you're not. You're not an elite program. Yeah, you made it last year. Great. Good for you. But I don't like the fact that they can be independent, and there are more than 8 teams better than they are right now. They're not with this schedule. It's just not. Stop telling me that shit.
More than 8 teams. Okay.
They're ranked 9, and they shouldn't be. They're not a top 10 team. Not with that schedule. And they still got 2 shitty teams coming up in Syracuse and Stanford, who are combined 6-14. So no, they're not.
There was also, I want to mention, a lot of feedback from people talking about Beer Church.
Yep.
So many people who have said, "Oh my God, it's even better than I thought. I thought you guys were just blowing smoke, and you weren't." That's been really cool.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's legit. The pizza is absolutely legit.
More than just the pizza, but
I know everything's great. But you're talking about Neapolitan style pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm in Naples three months ago. It's the closest thing I've ever had. The pizza I had in Naples was the best thing I've ever eaten. It was insane. And to have the Pizziola come out and make it right in front of us, it was an experience I'll never forget. And the pizza at Beer Church, again, is a notch below that. It's 1A and 1B. And I mean that legitimately. The ingredients tasted the exact same. I cannot wait to go back and have it. Because it's a lot closer than going to Naples.
Let me close out Feedback Friday with this from Kevin in Jefferson Park with a couple of observations here that I found very entertaining. Kevin said, "Thank you for bringing to our attention the existence of Schrodinger's Brian Kelly, a theoretical person who exists in a quantum state in which they both are and are not the coach of LSU football."
It's such a great story.
Depending on where you look, has Brian Kelly actually been fired? Did he agree to leave? Is he coaching LSU? Is he not coaching LSU? And then he also reacted to our description of the NBA All-Star game and how Byzantine the format is for whatever the NBA is trying to do that's completely incomprehensible. They're so excited about launching this and rolling it out, and I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. And when you were reading through it, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then the cherry on top of the sundae was they're going to use the hockey game as a lead-in for it.
Right. So he said that description of NBA All-Star insanity read like the instructions to a board game that ends in divorce. He said, I love it in direct comparison to hockey and hockey's grand events that all have descriptions that boil down to, yeah, we're going to get a bunch of guys together and play or whatever. And he says the NBA has finally found a way to defeat AI. If you feed that All-Star game description into ChatGPT for summary, the next thing you would hear from the app would be a gunshot and a thud. Kevin, thank you. And that is going to wrap this Friday's edition of Feedback Friday.
I
Thanks.
love I love the emailers that send in and they respond to every topic on that particular show.
Oh yeah.
I think it's great. Like, here's my thoughts on everything that you guys talked about.
Why not? And I can cherry pick from them
Yeah,
the
I love
stuff
it.
that is the really funny, clever, all that.
There was something I wanted to share with you, and I was saving it for today. And it was it happened the other night. The boys got hungry late, and they wanted a pizza. So I had a home run in pizza, one of the giant home run in thin, like ultra thin crust pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, and I flattened the box out after I put the pizza in, and then I used that.
Because that's a plate.
Yeah, I use that as the plate.
Have to.
Yeah.
Mandatory.
So it was on the counter, and I was just standing over it, waiting for the pizza, and I happened to look down, and I read the cooking directions. Have you ever done that?
All the time. I make, like, I always, with those pizzas, they know their product. They know.
Okay.
I try to follow them to the letter.
I don't. The only thing I look at for a pizza is the temperature, like what they suggest as temperature. That's the only thing I look at. I just look and see what the temperature
your
is.
Oven.
Yeah, and so I just look at it because I don't cook pasta or pizza based on time. It's all based on taste or appearance. Okay, so if I see the pizza looks
well, pasta absolutely multiple tastes.
Oh no, people do timers and like walk away from pasta.
No,
you're killing it.
No.
You're making it too sugary. You're ruining the texture. So
cooking and
anyway, so I'm looking at the back of the pizza box, and this was on the back of the home run in pizza box because this had happened before. Otherwise, you wouldn't have these instructions.
Is this a warning because somebody was stupid?
Our pizza is partially baked and the cheese is melted, covering the sauce. Make sure you put the pizza in the oven, cheese side up.
No, really?
It says it on the box.
Somebody
put the pizza in cheese
upside
side down
and got mad at them.
And they got mad at them and called and complained. Because all the cheese melted through the grates onto the bottom of their oven. So someone at Home Run In said, we need to put instructions on there that say...
No, it's some lawyer said, hey, I hate to make you do this, but we got to do this.
Make sure you put the pizza in the oven, cheese side up.
It's a good thought.
Yeah, it's a great thought.
The only place that wouldn't do that would be Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder on Clark Street.
Oh, because you said that's in a bowl, or
correct?
Yeah, okay.
Every pizza is essentially a pot pie.
Yeah,
and it comes out looking like a pot pie.
We need to do it,
and then they turn the bowl over and they pick up the bowl, and then it just becomes a pizza.
All right, we need to do like a show outing there. Let's go for lunch one day.
When Beth and I, even before we got married, we used to go there. We loved it there.
Oh yeah, I've never been, so I want to go. We should do it one day after a show and go for lunch.
Because then I got a nap. Lunch. If I do a
Well, not together, but you can go home and nap.
I didn't say nap together.
Oh, I
didn't say we have to nap.
hold you at
I
the
said
table
I
after
have-
you eat.
I just sort of
Put your head down, Dan.
lean over like a little baby.
Can I get you guys anything? No, I'm good. He's sleeping. It's fine. We're just
Take me out in the bucket.
wait until he wakes up.
Yeah, just snap him into the thing in the car and drive around for a while. If you need windows, and I know you probably need windows, if you own a house and you haven't redone your windows in a while, it means you're probably losing money because you got these old windows that aren't holding the temperature of the house in there and or sliding better and all the other stuff that comes with it. Well, call Russ Armstrong. Because Russ is the owner of Chicago Window Guys. And just like he did for me, he'll come over and he'll look around and he nods and he makes notes and he writes it down and he tells you all about windows. And I try to retain everything he told me about windows, but I basically am only retaining that he's going to give me the great windows at a great deal with no subcontracted employees, meaning all the people that come over and install everything are all his people. Same people that install mine and are going to install my new ones. Anytime, will be installing yours. He'll match any price. All the crazy stuff you hear from these giant, out of area window companies that have like some local affiliate here that they make them sound local, but they're not really local, and they say it's buy one get one free. Russ is going to explain to you what the real economics are of windows, and then give you the best deal. He's going to match anything that anybody else is promising. 847-302-9171. Check out his 5-star reviews at chicagowindowguys.com. And know that he's got a special guarantee. It's a lifetime guarantee on parts and labor. You don't have to do the entire house, but if there's a room where you spend a lot of your time, you say, look, we just want it to be more comfortable in here. He can handle that. So call Russ right now. Call Chicago Window Guys, and they can get you on the schedule. Russ can come out and get you taken care of. 847-302-9171, chicagowindowguys.com.
Before we get into the top 10 Vikings, I have one other thing I need to ask your opinion of.
Right.
Well, I had to share something. I discovered this last night.
Okay.
So Jackie's down in the basement. He's watching Thursday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a window.
I was watching it too. It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Although did you like the Patriots uniforms?
I did once I realized my TV was okay. Because they look kind of like
Okay.
washed out, and I thought there was something weird going on with the TV.
So I was sitting at the island in the kitchen, and so I'm across the room from the TV, and I glanced over, and I thought something was wrong with my TV. I was like, oh, the color's off.
I immediately thought that somebody like turned down the color knob.
So, and I wondered, well, how would that have happened? So I walked over to the TV, and I saw, oh, they're different uniforms. I liked them. I thought they were cool.
Yeah.
So he's watching the
I
game.
like Drake May, boy.
And there's a window, and there's a window well, but the top of the window well is below the deck. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so it's not like there's a plastic cover that I can just lift the cover off and get into the window well.
Okay.
So it's really weird. There's no light at all that comes through. There's no possibility of it. It's the top of the window
do you get
well.
animals in that window well?
So Jackie comes upstairs and he says, "Dad, there's 2 bunnies in the window well." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go down there and they're not babies.
Possums.
Huh?
Are they possums?
No, they're bunnies.
Okay.
There's 2 of them, and they're not doing good.
Oh.
I'm knocking on the window and nothing's happening.
Oh.
Yeah. So now I need to get into the window well.
My bunny.
Yeah, that's right. My bunnies.
My bunny. This one's dead and that one's dead too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Both dead.
they're both, yeah. And again, they're not babies. So I don't know if the snow, or if it was the weather I don't know what happened, or how. I'm not sure how they even got in there.
Well, if you leave them out there, a coyote will probably come take them.
But the coyote won't be able to get into it.
Oh, but you can like take them and throw them out.
Oh
somewhere.
no! I always, whenever there's dead critters,
Yeah.
like if a bird flies into the window,
Critters, yeah.
yeah. Or when Izzy was hunting the bunnies in the yard, in the pond.
Oh. Just toss them.
Well, I don't use my hand. I get a shovel and I walk across the street to the pond. And the entire time I'm doing it, I'm singing the Circle of Life song from
Lion King?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd be singing like the Godfather theme or something.
Oh, I guess I probably should have when after Izzy killed him. The Godfather waltz.
Right.
No, I always do Circle of Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where the mandrill is holding up baby Mufasa.
But I have a shovel, and I have a dead bird.
That's what I mean. It's more, or maybe like the Sopranos theme.
Yeah,
you know?
I could do that. That's a good.
Woke up this morning.
So there's like a hatch, a door in the deck with like a giant nail. This wasn't a deck that I built. It was there when we moved in, and it's hard to open. So I'm concerned I won't be able to get into the deck to get these bunnies before things go bad.
Yeah, you probably have a nest in there. They're probably living under.
Oh,
the
they're
deck.
definitely living under the deck.
Yeah.
Because there's again, like our neighborhood, we walk the dogs, and I see at least 10 bunnies on the walk.
Yeah.
There are so many bunnies in the neighborhood, and then there's the 6 that Izzy killed earlier this year.
Well, if they're there, the nature will take care of it too.
But I don't
want
want
coyotes
that.
will show up. The hawks will show up.
I don't want that rotting though in the window. Well, I got to get them out.
All right, well, fish them out.
So, all right. Oh, I thought maybe you want to come over and keep them.
No, like eat them.
Yeah,
I do like.
I can
eating
freeze
them
them for you.
No, I don't want to get like tularemia or something. I'd rather not.
Okay,
it wasn't on my card.
All right. Well, you know what?
Are we ready?
It's time. It's time for the top 10 Vikings of all time. So here on Dan Bernstein Unfiltered on Fridays, we present to you as the Chicago Bears are heading into a game this weekend in Minnesota against the Minnesota Vikings. We have for you on DBU the top 10 Vikings of all time.
From 1973 through 76, Fran Tarkenton quarterbacked Grant's Vikings to 3 more Super Bowls. On his way to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. A trio of players from Minnesota's famed Purple People Eaters defense also distinguished themselves as future Hall of Famers. And no opponent looked forward to a postseason game in Minneapolis.
So with that in mind, as we present to you the top 10 Vikings of all time, what's wrong? You don't like the NFL Films opens?
I like it.
I do. It gets me really excited because we're doing a public service here for our friends.
With the top 10 Vikings.
You can use
of
this
all
then
time.
for knowledge and information when you talk Bears Vikings with your friends. So the committee gave me their list this morning. We have 2 honorable mentions and then the top 10 Vikings of all time according to the DBU Committee. The first honorable mention is Thor. While Thor is not a Viking, Thor played a prominent role in Norse mythology. As the god of thunder, he impacted the culture and beliefs of the Vikings. His Marvel character, portrayed by Chris Hemsworth, has skyrocketed the modern-day cultural popularity if you're into stuff like that, like big muscles and rugged, handsome, good looks, those dreamy blue eyes, his Australian accent that sounds like the voice of an angel. Anyway, Thor gets an honorable mention.
Not that you're editorializing.
From the no, not at all. It's just from the committee. The committee put
they love him.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Thor gets a mention. Beowulf also gets an honorable mention.
Beowulf, my number 9.
Okay.
And because technically not a Viking, we go. I will save my Beowulf
save your
thoughts. Okay.
So Beowulf, honorable mention for the committee, is an epic poem that is considered the highest achievement of Old English literature. It tells the story of a heroic warrior named Beowulf. While it is set prior to the Viking Age, it is significant for understanding the historical and cultural context of the time.
Mm-hmm.
The poem is set in pagan Scandinavia with its references to the Geats, not Ed Gein, but the Geats.
I had this written down as well. I did not know that the Geats are the Goths.
Yes.
That the Goths were also known as the Geats.
The Geats. Yep, and so it provides insight into the Viking world, which is why Beowulf gets an honorable mention. All right.
Okay.
And that was your number 9.
Number 9.
Okay. Number 10. Here we have the top 10 Vikings of all time, according to the DBU Committee. Number 10, The Vikings. The 1958 epic historical fiction swashbuckling film. It proved a major box office success and spawned the television series Tales of the Vikings. The film starred Kirk Douglas, Tony Curtis, Ernest Borgnine, Janet Leigh, James Donald,
Wow.
Alexander Knox, and was narrated by Orson Welles.
Damn.
Therefore, it makes number 10 on the list. Number 9, Leif Erikson, also known as Leif the Lucky, was a Norse explorer who is thought to have been the first European to set foot on continental America approximately half a millennium before Christopher Columbus, For that recognition alone, he makes the list at number 9 on the top 10 Vikings of all time. Number 8, Eric Thorvaldsen, known as Eric the Red.
I think we did him, didn't we?
We did, but the committee didn't, and they wanted to recognize him again.
Okay.
Eric the Red was a Norse explorer described in medieval and Icelandic saga sources as having founded the first European settlement in Greenland. Eric most likely earned the epithet the Red due to the color of his hair and beard. Thank you. Also why I wanted to do it again. Number 8, Eric the Red.
Okay.
All right, number 7.
Stops, throws, completes it to Kilmer up at the 30-yard line. Kilmer driving for the first down, loses the football. It's picked up by Jim Marshall, who's running the wrong way. Marshall is running the wrong way, and he's running it into the end zone the wrong way. Thinks he scored a touchdown. He has scored a safety. His teammates were running along the far side of the field, Russ, trying to tell him, go back.
All right, number 7 on the top 10 Vikings of all time, Jim Marshall.
Great player.
Defensive end.
Known for one real bad day.
One real bad day. One real bad play. Enjoyed a 20-year NFL career, primarily with the Minnesota Vikings. He recovered an NFL career record, 29 opponents' fumbles. He also holds the league mark for the most consecutive starts, 270, and the most games played, 282, by a defensive player. The Vikings retired his number 70. He was inducted into the Vikings Ring of Honor in 1964. He recovered a fumble, returned it 66 yards in the wrong direction into the Vikings end zone, where he threw the ball out of bounds, resulting in a safety for the 49ers. You've seen that play, I'm sure.
The wrong way play?
Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah.
It was always in every, football follies. The football players do the silliest things.
Do you remember the 49er player? And I'm not going to ask you who it was, but there was immediately a 49er player runs up to him in the end zone and puts his hands on his shoulders and says something to him. I'm always waiting for Jim Marshall to just haul off and hit the guy. What could you possibly say to your opponent at that moment?
You say thank you.
Oh my God! Could you imagine that today?
Well, today it would be a gambling scandal.
Oh, gambling scandal! But imagine a player doing that, and one of the guys on the other team runs up to him.
Probably said, "Jim, thanks, buddy."
Oh, I love it.
Thank you, Jim.
Jim Marshall makes the list at number 7. All right, number 6, Dan.
Yes.
Viking appliances.
It's my number 2.
Wow!
With a specific story.
Okay.
So yes,
I was wondering if it would make your list.
Viking range. Mine is just Viking range.
All right. Leading
2.
is exactly what Viking has been doing for almost 40 years. They originated the professional grade range for home kitchen. Their industry-leading innovations in appliances set the American standard for the modern luxury kitchen. From cooking and ventilation to refrigeration and cleanup, Viking delivers professional performances and stunning design. Simply stated, their products have become the standard for both elite chefs and discriminating designers alike. So whenever I'm watching a show, whether it's a home decorating show or some reality show, and I see a Viking range, I'm always like, oh. Or if I'm looking at houses and we're looking online at a house that's for sale, and if I go through the kitchen and see a Viking range, I'm always like, ooh, that's pretty. It's really nice. Mm-hmm. So number 6, Viking appliances. Number 5, Ragnar Lothbrok, a legendary figure from Norse mythology. Often depicted as a Viking warrior and king, he's known for his many raids against the British Isles and is said to have fathered several famous Vikings, including Ivar the Boneless and Bjorn Ironside. Mm-hmm. Ivar the Boneless might need some rouge yet. He is said to have been executed.
Ivar. I don't know. Hey, Ivar. What?
Try this. Ooh. Slip it under your tongue.
Ooh, hey, I'm Ivar the Boneful.
Yep. See, very good. He's said to have been executed by being thrown into a pit of snakes when he was defeated by King Aella of Northumbria. Number 5 on the list, Ragnar Lothbrok. Number 4. Viking Cruise Lines. Cruise line providing river, ocean, and expedition cruises. Its operating headquarters in Switzerland, marketing headquarters in L.A. The company has 3 divisions: Viking River Cruises, Viking Ocean Cruises, Viking Expeditions, offering cruises along the rivers and oceans of North and South America, the Caribbean, Antarctica, Great Lakes, Europe, Russia, Egypt, China, and Southeast Asia. The company was established by Torsten Torsten Hagen in St. Petersburg, Russia, as Viking River Cruises in 1997. Number 4, Viking Cruise Lines.
Is that the cruise that you
It is
took?
the one that we
was,
took.
Was
Yeah.
a Viking cruise.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and I would do it again and again and again and again. It was that fantastic.
That would make you an actual Viking at that point.
I would hope
If
so.
you do it enough. Yep.
Matt the Red. I'd have to just dye my...
Matt the Gray.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Matt the Balding. Never.
Oh.
All right, number 3 on our top 10 Vikings for the committee, The Northman is a 2022 American epic period action drama directed by Robert Eggers based on the legend of Amleth of Gesta Duranum by Saxo Grammaticus.
My guess is all of that was just brutally mispronounced.
It wasn't. It wasn't because I went through it and I did it online.
Phonetically.
Yeah, because I knew that you were going to be a smartass about it, so I knew I wanted to do it.
Yeah,
And
with
I
your-
practiced it and
you
I
used-
rolled right through
you
it.
used Babbel and Duolingo.
No, you just
for your-
Google you put the
yeah.
name in, then you Google the pronunciation. Yeah, jerk.
And wrongpronunciation.com.
Okay, whatever. Why don't you read your list of Italian pastas again? Not making it back into the country, bonehead. You're a real jerk face.
Yep.
The film follows Amleth, an exiled Viking prince who sets out on a quest to avenge the murder of his father at the hands of his uncle. At the height of the Viking Age, it features an ensemble cast of Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Klaus Bang, Anya Taylor-Joy, Gustav Lind, Ethan Hawke, Bjork, and Willem Dafoe got a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So The Northman, number 3. Number 2, Dan. Are you ready for number 2?
I'm so ready.
Tarvold from the fictional series Viking Quest.
Tarvold?
Yep.
Okay.
On the TV series Entourage. It is referred
Nice.
to both by
Okay.
fictional characters and celebrities playing versions of themselves as a real show. Within the show's fictional universe, Viking Quest is presented as a cult science fiction and fantasy show. The show's relative lack of success and critical reception next to its fictional spin-off Angel Quest is a play on the same dynamic between the real-life show Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, and Xena, Warrior Princess. The show featured Johnny Drama Chase as the lead character, Tarvold. Tarvold has an exclamation signature of victory, and he hails from the country of Northumbria. So number 2, Tarvold, the fictional Viking from Entourage. And the number 1 Viking of all time, Hagar the Horrible.
My number 4.
The title and main character of an American comic strip created by cartoonist Dick Brown, syndicated by King Features Syndicate. It first appeared on February 4th, 1973 in the Sunday papers.
Yeah,
and the
it's
next day,
not that old. Like I kind of thought about it. I thought it was one of these, and I got it confused. With
like
maybe
would say
Wizard of
20s or
Id.
30s.
No, not that long ago. But
Okay.
I didn't think it was my sister's age. Sorry, Jill.
Ooh, well, my age,
Mhm.
52. It was in the Sunday papers. It came out the next day in the daily papers, was an immediate success. Following Brown's retirement in 1988, his son, Chris Brown, not the R&B singer, but a different guy, continued the strip until 2017 when he retired. The artwork was by Gary Hallgren and gets the number 1 spot on the committee's top 10 Vikings of all time, Hagar the Horrible.
All right. This was the list that I put together. This is my second go-around of the top 10 Vikings of all time. Number 10, the Viking Award. The Viking Award.
Okay.
That is a now defunct award that had been given to the best Swedish hockey player in North America.
Oh.
And it was given all the way up to the 2018-2019 season when Elias Lindholm of the Calgary Flames was the winner. And then it just says in 20 and in 21, no prize was awarded due to the impact on the NHL of the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's it. And that was the end of it. The award started in 1976 when Bjorhe Salming won it for consecutive years. Then Ulf Nilsson and Salming and Anders Hedberg, Kent Nilsson, and some very familiar names through the 80s in Pelle Lindbergh and Mats Naslund, and one of my favorite names, Håkan Lube. Remember Håkan Lube? Also the Calgary Flames right winger, Håkan Lube. Mats Sundin and various Forsbergs and Renbergs and Lidstroms and Naslunds, Zetterberg, Backstrom, Sedin, Carlson. And now, alas, the Viking Award is no more.
Well, probably because it's not very inclusive. Yeah.
I don't know. Number 9, Beowulf.
Terrible.
Beowulf.
Okay. Yep.
And as you mentioned, not technically a Viking,
Correct.
but influential in Viking lore. And I did not know that he was considered a Geat.
A Geat.
And I did Geat.
Yep. Geat, one of the Germanic tribes.
Of Geatland.
Yeah.
And they were also known as the Goths. So if you got a kid at
Not the Goths.
No,
but the Goths.
If there's a kid at school who's like a goth kid, could you just say, hey, quit being such a geet?
He's a Geat.
Why are you a geet?
Or I wouldn't say that. Just go up and compliment their Geat outfit.
Yes, I appreciate the fact that the Goths don't dress like actual Goths. It's more more like Susie and the Banshees.
Yeah, it's not. They don't dress like
the
Vikings.
Cure. No, they don't.
Cool though.
That would be cool if there is a subset of modern goths,
Like goth Vikings.
instead of just sort of dark with their hair like half the emo look, that they actually do cosplay actual goths. Number 8, and this is completely arbitrary, I decided Viggo Mortensen is a Viking.
Okay.
I just did.
All right.
He probably is somehow, and he's just handsome and kind of awesome. And
Big fan of Viggo.
I
Also,
am too.
Meeting with Pope Bob.
Viggo is, yes.
Yeah, he's on the list.
Yeah, he is, meeting with Bob. And I just decided he's a Viking, and I put him on the list because I think he's cool.
Because his name sounds like Viking.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
If there isn't an actual Viking that was named Viggo Mortensen, they were doing it wrong. Because his dad was Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, he's Danish.
I know.
Yeah.
Danish American. He was born in
Correct.
New York, I think,
Yep.
but he's lived all over the world, and I just like him. Number 7 is Elmer Fudd in the 1957 famous Chuck Jones cartoon, What's Opera Doc? 1957 Warner Brothers Merry Melodies cartoon, directed by Chuck Jones, written by Michael Maltese. It is maybe the most awarded, most famous, and most ambitious of the Merry Melodies Chuck Jones cartoons, and it has won all kinds of awards. The Library of Congress has selected it for preservation on the National Film Registry. And, of course, it is based on Wagnerian opera, particularly the Ring Cycle. And Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny at various times are taking on the roles of the demigod Siegfried and Brunhilde. You know Brunhilde, of course, the fat lady sings, with the big giant blonde Germanic looking woman with the braided hair, often having the Viking helmet, but it's Elmer Fudd who makes reference. Spear and magic helmet. And that is he sporting the Viking helmet. Elmer Fudd in What's Opera Doc is number 7. Number 6, Vikings safety Todd Scott. Hey, who's Todd Scott? Well, those of us of a certain age remember what happened on October 4th of 1992. The Bears were playing the Vikings, and it was a critical year for the Bears, who at the time were 2-2. And there was a question as to the staying power of the Ditka era and the aging defense and everything that had been held together and now turned over to Jim Harbaugh. I had to, and of course, when I go back and I find what was written on that day, there's the column from Patrick Royce, who, of course, is our buddy at our sister pod network, Score North, up in Minneapolis. And you know Patrick Royce, you know him.
Yep.
You've heard him before.
Long time guy.
And he's still doing what he's doing.
Yep.
And it's his story that says Chicago was leading 13-0 with accurate passing from Harbaugh, strong running from Neil Anderson, and fierce defense. That lead was 20-0 when Jim Harbaugh led a 16-play, 91-yard drive that devoured the opening 10:27 of the second half. The Bears were not giving the Vikings a breath of life on that afternoon. Mike Ditka's tough guys from a tough guy town had gone 90-37 over the previous 8 seasons, with 7 playoff appearances, 6 division titles, and a Super Bowl victory. And now the Bears were saying not so fast to the critics, insisting the mighty defense had gotten too old and that Harbaugh remained a mediocre excuse for a quarterback in his third season as the Bears starter. The Vikings had punted again after that touchdown. Chicago had a first down at its 33 early in the fourth. The play was to send 4 receivers deep, put the ball on the Viking side of the field, and continue the exit of the Purple fans toward the Dome's revolving doors. Jim Harbaugh went to the line, determined the Viking secondary was playing soft, and called 80 audible. This made Neil Anderson the primary receiver for a short pass. Anderson said, "I didn't hear it." The running back was caught by surprise when the pass came his way, stumbled, and Viking safety Todd Scott intercepted it and took it 35 yards for a touchdown. You remember what happened next?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
When Harbaugh came to the sideline, Ditka grabbed his face mask and went into a sideline meltdown.
Oh, okay.
Post-game, Ditka said Harbaugh had been told not to audible because of the noise factor in the Metrodome. Harbaugh said his rationale was, quote, he said don't call an audible if the noise is too loud. He left it up to me to determine. At that point, I didn't think it was too loud. Harbaugh was right. By then, 1/3 of the crowd had left. Ditka was also right. Scott's interception changed the game. The Vikings rallied for a 21-20 victory. Green's Vikings, Dennis Green, on the way up. Ditka's Bears on the way out of contention. After the game, Ditka said, sometimes we're just too smart for our own selves. When there's a player who knows more than a coach, you've got a problem. If this happens again, there will be definite changes. We're not going to put 47 guys' careers in jeopardy for one guy.
Wow.
And he was right.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Right.
Now,
The Bears,
I didn't remember that was the play, but
Bears finished 5-11, and Ditka was fired.
Yeah, and the Bears are who they thought they were.
Different game.
Yeah.
Different teams.
Same guy.
But the guy that picked off that pass and changed the course of Bears history was Todd Scott.
All right.
Number 6. Number 5, and I'm so glad I found him, Andy the Viking Fordham. Andy the Viking Fordham was a great English professional darts player. He competed in British Darts Organization tournaments, the BDO. That's their major leagues. He was nicknamed the Viking. He won the 2004 BDO World Darts Championship. He died at age 59. And when you look at him, you will not be surprised that he died young. He is one of the strangest shaped human beings you could possibly imagine. He had all sorts of medical issues while playing darts. He would have shortness of breath. He has been removed by medical staff from darts events for having problems breathing, etc. He was a massive, massive drinker.
Okay, yeah, he's a big boy. I was wondering what issues he had.
He had every kind of issue.
Yeah.
Basically, he drank his liver out of his body.
Okay,
and everything started to cascade on him. When it went south, then he was dead. But his sense of humor allowed him. He had walkout music.
Nice.
I guess all the great dart players have walkout music. Guess what his was?
what was it?
Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy.
Oh, nice.
So that was Andy the Viking Fordham checking in at number 5.
Good find.
My number 4 was Hagar the Horrible.
Okay.
Or the Horrible, as my wife would say.
Horrible.
The Hagar the Horrible. And he's important. The comic strip is actually important to crossword puzzle nerds because of the name of his dog. Do you know the name of Hagar's dog?
I don't remember. What was it?
Snert.
Snert, that's right. I wanted to say Gert.
It's Snert.
Snert.
S-N-E-R-T. Snert is Hagar and Helga Horrible's dog, and a frequent, for a time, not anymore, it was a frequent crossword answer. Number 3 is the protagonist of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song.
Okay.
Yeah. You know that song.
Yep.
And
Sounds just like that.
the song was written during their tour of Iceland
Okay.
in the summer of 1970. They opened in Reykjavik, and Robert Plant, who, by the way, was in the lobby yesterday.
Yeah, of our building here.
Yeah, he was standing right outside.
He was at Just Salads.
He was at Just Salads.
Robert Plant.
Because they said if your last name is Plant, you get a free salad at Just Salads.
So he was there.
He wasn't going to waste that opportunity, right?
Right.
So he was. He was here yesterday. And he said that we did come from the land of the ice and snow. We were guests of the Icelandic government on a cultural mission, invited to play a concert in Reykjavik. So, okay, whatever. But I will say this, that when you actually read the lyrics, the Viking protagonist is kind of basic. He's just a kind of a basic Viking. We come from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun, where the hot springs blow. The hammer of the gods will drive our ships to new lands, to fight the horde, singing and crying, Valhalla, I am coming. On we sweep with threshing oar. Our only goal will be the western shore. All right. How soft your fields so green can whisper tales of gore, of how we calmed the tides of war. We are your overlords. On we sweep with threshing oar. Our only goal will be the western shore. So now you'd better stop and rebuild all your ruins, for peace and trust can win the day despite of all your losing.
Interesting.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Kind of basic. Kind of just basic Viking stuff. But that is number 3, the protagonist of Immigrant Song. Number 2, my Viking range.
Oh, your Viking range. Okay.
My Viking range.
Yep.
When we built the house 22 years ago, when I came home from a fishing trip, and Beth had prepared a presentation for me. She waited for me to go to Canada for 5 days. And we were living in a condo on Lincoln Avenue, right near Elbow Room, Lincoln and George. And she said, hey, we got to buy this house. And I said, because she knew that it was scary and it was a big deal and it was like adult stuff. So she waited for me to go on the fishing trip and she put this presentation together.
Okay.
And she said, here's why we have to buy this house. You know, I think Zoe was 2. We wanted to have another child. She showed me where the market trends were, what the prices were, the school district in which this house would be. She said, look, it's on the other side of Western, but technically it's still, North Center Roscoe Village. We are going to be in the Bell School District for K through 8, blah, blah, blah. You can send your kids to Bell. You can send your kids to Blaine. It's before CPS had really improved. There weren't that many really trustworthy public schools.
Okay.
And she's like, look, it's either go to the suburbs or it's get this house. Well, that's an easy one. And we went and we looked at it, and I took one look. We put our earnest money down and said, this is it. So then it comes down to making your choices. And the builders had enlisted Apt, as all the builders do, and say, well, here's your menu of stuff, and here's what everything costs, and you get in this trap of like, oh, well, over a 30-year mortgage, it's just extra this a month, and then by the time you get done and you look at the total, you go, holy shit, what do we do?
Yep.
But the one thing I said, no matter what, I have to have is a Viking range. I said, I will do whatever. I'm not a stickler. You pick out the granite you want, pick out where the cabinets. The only thing I'm going to have an opinion about, I got to have a Viking range.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So I got the 30-inch. I didn't need the burners because I asked around. They said, no, you'll never use it. It's too big, whatever. I get the regular 30-inch standard Viking range, and I said, put the Viking hood on there. I want a big-ass blower that's vented directly outside.
Wait, so how many burners?
There's 4 burners.
4. So you didn't want the...
I didn't want the big giant thing. I don't need it. And then we got a second oven that's in the island for like entertaining, like if we're going to have people over and we need like a warming oven or a second oven. So that's a basic electric oven that we just have in the island. But this was my baby. This was my thing because I wanted these big fucking burners, 14,000 BTUs, restaurant heat, and the blower can handle anything. And it's still great. But I will say this, and let me ask this, anybody else who has a Viking range, there's ghosts in the igniters where you'll light a burner and then another burner will try to light sometimes. Or you'll light a burner and it won't go on and then a different burner will go on. or it'll just tick, 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 and they'll all go on. And you're just like, well, wait, what's going on?
Are they cleaned?
They're often every couple of weeks like full clean.
Okay.
And sometimes water gets in whatever. But I've heard this before that Viking burners have this kind of thing that just happens to them. But you never know. And I taught the kids, look, just I don't want gas getting out. So if it happens, burners, flip the fan on, and it's just something you deal with, because you got the bottom right burner is the super powerful one that like boil a pot of pasta water in a minute and a half. It's awesome. But I love it. My Viking range number 2, the number 1 Viking, second time through, is Hiccup Horrendous Haddock the Third, the son of the eventually proud Stoic the Vast.
Okay.
The protagonist of How to Train Your Dragon. The original How to Train Your Dragon, not the remade live action one. I love that movie. I love the original. I love Jay Baruchel's voice characterization. Hiccup of the way his father, played by, what's the guy's name? The big Scotsman that plays Stoic the Vast. Gerard Butler. Hiccup. And young, difficult, moody, nerdy Hiccup is my guy. I remember seeing that movie for the first time, and leaving that movie like, was that movie like really great, or is it just me? Because they wanted to take the kids, and all the kids loved it, but I knew it was really good.
Yeah, we never watched it. Yeah, I've never. And then wasn't there like a live one that just came out?
You've never seen the original How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, I can't recall that I have.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay.
And if I'm flipping channels and it's on, I'll watch it.
Because remember, we just talked about this before the show. My guys were never movie guys,
Right.
Like they always bailed, so it wasn't until later where my stepsons will watch an entire movie. Like they've always been really good at movies, where my guys wasn't for the last couple of years. So
whether or
yeah,
not
never
it's
saw it.
whether it's not just for yourself.
Yeah.
The 2010 original How to Train
All right,
Your
I'll
Dragon
watch it.
animated. It's great.
I'll watch it.
It's
I'll do it.
great.
I'll do it.
Timeless.
I'll do that.
and
You do
great.
Ed Gein Monster. We're good to go.
Ed Gein.
Yeah.
It's got that Jerry Angelo sound to him, doesn't he?
Don't do that to my guy Jerry.
Oh, I don't know. He
All right,
gets
so
out of a game.
Your
Number
one.
Hiccup Horrendous Haddock the Third, son of Stoic the Vast.
All right. Love it. So that's top 10 Vikings of all time.
There it is.
You can use this information now for the game on Sunday to impress your friends and family, co-workers on Monday. After the game is over, you're sitting at the water cooler and you're having small talk about the weekend.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
What I learned, Beowulf is a geet.
This is
Somebody's slowly backing away from you. Okay.
right.
I got that thing.
My Viking range here, 48-inch wide. It's the 8-burner double oven. That's the one I want. 21 grand. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a big ticket there.
That's my guy right there.
I got the regular 30-inch.
Yeah, and yours is probably stainless steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do a color. Yeah. Oh yeah. When we eventually build a place, that'll be a Viking range will be the
At
only
that
thing
point,
I'm
get
concerned
like a
about.
La Cornue or something. You
Oh
know?
no, I'm gonna have like a whole pizza oven from Italy flown over as well, and put that in the backyard.
I know somebody who did that. I know someone who actually has one of those, and the only reason I knew was he's like, hey, we're gonna do pizza for lunch. It was 7 a.m. He's like,
nice.
honey, can you turn the pizza oven on?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I don't want pizza. He goes, no. It takes 3 hours to get to the proper heat. Like, how often do you use it? He's like, I know, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, you're so excited about getting it. They have to heat it up 3 hours ahead of time just to get it to the right condition.
Yeah, my cousin, her husband, that's what he does for a living. In his construction, they do that in backyards for people. They build the things. So
He can't throw you a bone and just kind of do it for you?
Sure.
Come on over. One falls off the truck.
Oh God, that was my dad. That's my father's days. If we needed something at the house, he was a Teamster, and a week or two later, it'd be like, yeah, I was just driving and it fell off the truck. Like, oh, need new banquet tables? Got them. So, need a new chandelier? Got it.
There's a whole rack full of dresses just down that alley.
Yeah.
I mean, they're new. No, go.
No, that was a
Go
big
head down that alley.
rack of fur coats.
Yeah, go check them out. They just came in.
Yeah.
No, a little further. Don't drive away. Where you going?
All right, here. Let me see if this works. Hang on.
What now? What are you doing?
I don't know if it'll work. Let me see.
If what'll work?
Won't you return my love?
It's your guy.
What's Opera Doc?
My love is yours.
There you go.
What do you expect from opera? A happy ending?
Good catch. Yeah, there's a couple good catches there for you. I like that. Do you think Caleb can get like 1 3/4 touchdown passes? Think he can do that?
That's all you need.
Yeah, it's all you need, right?
Yeah, you don't really need 2 if it's just over 1.5.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was a little nervous about that, but I think he can.
No,
get
I think it's a good bet. I think you do a specific bet on that specific number and just turbocharge your winnings.
All right, I think I'll do that. Thank you for that suggestion.
I like that plan.
Thanks.
Yeah, very nicely done. That is Dan Bernstein Unfiltered. Have a lovely weekend. Don't forget to join us for Forward Progress, both today, when Paul Charchian is going to hang out and talk Vikings with us, long form style. And we're just going to hang out with Charch because he's awesome.
Yep.
And then after the game on Sunday, Forward Progress is going to be there on YouTube live with immediate reactions. So you want to be a part of that as well.
Dan Bernstein Unfiltered on 312 Sports.